We've got a number of big films coming out this summer, including a couple of big comic book ones, which include Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I'm very excited about, but also one that I'm really fascinated in is the upcoming DC film Supergirl with Millie Alcock. By the way, I just think her casting in this is I think it's more and more perfect every day. I really, really do. And while I did not love, admittedly, the presentation they gave us at CinemaCon for it, I still think the trailers have been pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing this a lot, especially with Jason Momoa. And on the down low, I'm actually hearing some pretty good things about it. So that's good. Now, there's also another DC film that is currently shooting called Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel. And now, according to these reports, it's now been confirmed, something that a number of people suspected, but we didn't know for sure. But Supergirl star Millie Alcock officially joins James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow. Excited for one young woman to embrace the new solo film as well. Okay. I'll tell you why I find this really interesting. Because if you had told me, hey, John, what do you think the chances are that Supergirl will be in Man of Tomorrow? I probably would have said 75%. A good 75 to 80% chance. I'd actually be a little bit surprised, not tremendously surprised, but a little bit surprised if she's not. But my guess is that she'd be in it. That would be my guess. But now them confirming it, this comes right on the heels of the confirmation we had a little bit back that Aaron Pierre, his Green Lantern, John Stewart, is also going to be in Man of Tomorrow. And we already know that Hawkgirl is back. And we know that Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner is back. And we know that Superman is there. And this is more and more, it looks like at any rate, starting to look more and more like an ensemble film. Still definitively.
And a universe.
And a universe. Still probably definitively a Superman movie. I'm going to go out on a branch and say. But it's making me wonder, is this movie a low-key introduction to Justice League?
Feels like it.
It's starting to feel like it. Not that this is secretly a Justice League movie. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm wondering if this movie, because if you had asked me just a few weeks ago, when do I see James Gunn and Peter Safran getting around to doing a Justice League movie? I would say earliest 2030, maybe 2031. But the more we're starting to see who's lining up to be in this film and which characters they're putting in there, it's starting to make me wonder a little bit if this is going to be their low-key door opening to what will become Justice League.
Foundational.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. I'm not saying it is, but when you start adding to the cast Supergirl, and you can say she was in the first film, but that was just at the very end. You're adding John Stewart to that. You already have the Justice Gang in there. By the way, Eddie Gathegi, I cannot wait to see him as Mr. Terrific more. I thought that was, honestly, when they were making Superman, I heard they were putting Mr. Terrific in it. That's the one character. Like, I like that they were doing Guy Gardner. I like that they were putting in Hawkgirl. But I'm like, Mr. Terrific? Really? Same thing I said about Polka Dot Man, and I ended up loving that. And I loved Eddie Gathegi. He's like one of the.
He's another incredible actor.
Oh, he's so good. He's been in everything from like Twilight all the way through.
For All Mankind, buddy.
Oh, that's right. He's the rich CEO dude in For All Mankind.
Of Helios.
So they're putting this together. This is looking more and more like an ensemble film, and I don't know. That's kind of sticking interesting to me. Rob, were you at all surprised to hear that Supergirl is going to be in Man of Tomorrow? And does it tell you anything more than just beyond she's in there? Does it suggest other things, or am I reading a little bit too much into it?
Well, no, I don't think you are. I mean, I think they're building a universe, but they're doing the mistake they made prior to this was, making the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie, and Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman were all kind of thrust together. But like with this, we know that Guy Gardner is going to show up in Lanterns along with
he's in the trailer. Yeah.
He's in the trailer. We've already seen Guy Gardner. So, and what I think they're going to do now, I have no backup for this, but I would imagine that with all of these different projects, we're going to see different tones for them. Like we got the Superman tone. Right. We know what that is. Guy Gardner's really funny. You know that. I would imagine that his humor, the overt way he was playing, he's still going to be the same character, but we're going to see another side of him in Lanterns. Like, so
agree.
it shows that these characters are versatile depending, because that's what the DC universe would do. You'd get a Batman in Batman and the Outsiders fighting the nuclear family, which is ridiculous. And then you would get a Batman in the Justice League that was a lot more serious. But they all existed in the same universe, depending on whose story they were appearing in, which made them more versatile as characters, and they could show up in different kinds of stories, which I think is a really smart move. Now, I'm just speculating here, but to look at Man of Tomorrow, if Brainiac is coming to Earth from an extraterrestrial place, it's going to be a good bet that maybe the Guardians of Oa are involved, that Supergirl would be involved, that somebody, maybe we're going to meet somebody, maybe Lobo shows up, that because they're building out, out this universe. So, and I think that, yes, we've already got the prototype for the Justice League with the Justice Gang, but it wouldn't surprise me that after the events of Man of Tomorrow, if they're huge in scope, that they realize they need the heroes need to work closer together. Like we saw what Luthor was able to do in Superman, that maybe we're slowly building up to the need for a Justice League, that you need to have more firepower than the Justice Gang has already. And I like that idea, because that's kind of what James Gunn was promising, was building the slow build of this. And by the time we see Man of Tomorrow, we will get Lanterns, we will have Clayface, Supergirl, Superman. I don't know what's coming out. What's the next show after Lanterns?
Not sure.
But we got 2 more years, so I'm excited, dude. This is exciting, but I do think they are going to build up to a Justice League.
Yeah. But you'll still need a Batman and a Wonder Woman, obviously.
I mean, you can't have Justice League. I don't care how creative Safran and Gunn are. You don't do a Justice League movie until you got Wonder Woman and Batman in there. So,
yeah.
Unless that's the movie that introduces them. Who knows? We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Pocket Hose. Guys, I'm excited to tell you about the world's #1 expanding garden hose and their brand new product, the Pocket Hose Ballistic. As you guys can imagine, I'm not exactly gentle with my gear. I drag hoses across concrete over the pool, yank them around corners. I even coil and uncoil them all the time to put them in my camper van when I go out on my movie meetups. And generally speaking, a lot of them don't last. But the Pocket Hose Ballistic has been a totally different story for me. It's incredibly durable, super lightweight, and just makes the whole job easier. One of my favorite things is how simple it is to use. You turn the water on, it expands. Turn it off, it shrinks right back down to pocket size. And it's reinforced with a liquid crystal polymer, the same kind of material used in bulletproof vests. Plus, it comes with the pocket pivot, which gives you 360-degree rotation at the spigot, so it moves with you instead of fighting against you. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text Campea to 64,000. That's CAMPEA to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Text Campea to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It's now been confirmed that Supergirl will be in Man of Tomorrow. That's interesting, but the really interesting part of that is, what does it tell us about the movie? Because we've already got the new Green Lantern in there. We're going to have 2 Green Lanterns in there. Is this going to be something a little broader than what we were even expecting? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.